A Gering High School teacher looks to take learning to new heights as a class project is set to launch a high-altitude balloon next month. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Gering High School teacher Justin Reinmuth and his class are collaborating with a school in Minnesota for a high-altitude balloon launch that will take place next month. Both he and his students say they're excited, and everyone has a unique role in this project.
The goal is, depending on weather, of course, to launch the exact same day and then retrieve that data and bring it back and just evaluate the differences.
I'm doing like the building part of the balloon, and it's like a 3, so you have to build it so the balloon can launch, and you have to distribute weight upon all these things, and you have to build it all equal weight, or it'll just look weird, I guess. And that's just what I really do.
There's so many different things that have to interact, and they're all so unique from what we've been working with before. Just things we haven't seen before, and all the things we've had to research and look up and experiment with.
It's quite unique. Once it gets in the air, I mean, anyone can watch it. We'll release the call sign and the data, and then you just get on an APRS.fi, and everyone can watch the balloon once it's launched online.
Part of the equipment being used includes antennas that will measure pressure, altitude, and temperature, and the balloon will also have a GoPro camera connected, which will allow to review the footage during the climb and descent. Weather permitting, the launch date is set for January 12th, and the balloon is expected to travel 40 to 50 miles. Well, the Scottsbluff County Sheriff's Department is investigating a Monday morning accident involving Scottsbluff Animal Control Officer Jim Bornschlegel. Around 8:30 a.m., authorities were dispatched to the 600 block of Valley View Drive for a possible injury accident. When crews arrived, they discovered that Bornschlegel's animal control vehicle had struck the back of a parked 5-ton former military truck. The majority of the impact occurred on the front passenger corner of the van, including a windshield damaged by the flatbed of the military vehicle. The sheriff's office says the officer indicated visibility of the roadway was obstructed by the bright sunlight through the windshield. Officials say Bornschlegel appeared to be shaken, but apparently uninjured, but was taken to Regional West to get checked out. His condition was not immediately available as he was not listed in the hospital directory. Well, straight ahead, Bill Boyer will be in with your full week weather forecast. Don't touch that dial. KNEB.TV News will be back right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we know when you need a loan, time is of the essence. We are locally owned with decisions made right here at the bank. Our lenders are experienced, efficient individuals who are committed to our customers. Our flexible lending policies make it possible to fulfill loan requests, big or small, quickly. Whether you want to purchase a car, home, or even start a business, our committed associates are here to help. Stop into any location today and see what Platte Valley Bank can do for you.
Why should you come out to Double L Country Store in Banner County? Because we serve locally raised beef, chicken, and bison, and our hamburger buns, cabbage burgers, and pies are homemade every day. Breakfast is served daily from 8 to 11, with all-you-can-eat pancakes on Saturday. Or join us Friday nights for Burger Fest. Choose from 6 specialty burgers or build your own. And for dessert, make sure you save room for one of our homemade milkshakes. We are worth the drive here at Double L Country Store on Highway 71, just 10 minutes south of the Wildcats.
Pool together all your money with a friend and invest in 2 Arby's French dip and Swiss sandwiches for just $6. It's the perfect get-rich-quick on sandwiches scenario. Arby's, we have the meats.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Well, we're going to be dealing with nice conditions as we go through the evening hours. Partly cloudy skies. Winds stay in check under 10 miles an hour tonight and temps falling into the 30s. Breezy weather coming tomorrow and then downright windy on Wednesday. We have high winds watches posted now for portions of the area. We'll show you that in a moment here. Some showers are possible. Otherwise, we'll be a bit cooler for the weekend and maybe a chance of some snow. Models kind of all over the place. Almost 20 degrees above normal yesterday. Just 8 degrees shy of our record for a high out there. Nothing in the rain gauge, still holding about normal for December and over 3 1/3 inches above normal for the year. Some clouds in the morning, 34 degrees. We'll clean those out by afternoon on the way home tomorrow and be in the low 50s. Very nice conditions out here as we go through the early evening hours. Temps in the low to mid 40s for the eastern portions of the state. A pocket of some cooler air here in the Sandhills where we're in the 30s. Otherwise, some of the warmest readings in the state right here in our area and over the border in Wyoming, 47, Torrington and Wheatland, 46, LaGrange, and here in Scottsbluff. Winds generally under 10 miles an hour for most everybody, so no big issues with the wind chill right now, as they're in the upper 30s and low 40s. Here's the high wind watch now that's been posted for Wednesday. It includes the Sydney area over to Kimball up towards Scottsbluff, and then the eastern and southeastern sections of Wyoming, Torrington, Pine Bluffs over to Cheyenne and Wheatland. The slightly lighter color already been upgraded to high wind warnings, but these high wind watches, we could have winds gusting to 60 miles an hour on Wednesday. So tonight, clear skies through the evening hours. We increase clouds a bit overnight as we get towards sunrise tomorrow. They thin back out, and lows tonight are going to be generally in the 30s. This is well above normal for lows this time of year here in our region. 35 in Albin and Torrington and Harrisburg, 33 in Bridgeport. For tomorrow then, sunshine to start the day. Any clouds should dissipate, and here is some of that wind. You can see it in the high country tomorrow. It is going to get windy and push off the high country out into the plains by late tomorrow night. And notice as we get towards sunrise on Wednesday, here come the winds, and we could be dealing with a few rain showers possible at the start of the day on Wednesday as well. But primarily, we're going to be talking about very strong winds. Highs tomorrow in the low 50s, a couple of upper 40s sprinkled around the region. Generally, though, for most of us here in the local area, in the low to mid 40s or 50s. Beautiful, beautiful day again tomorrow. And enjoy it because it's going to get windy, especially late in the day tomorrow. 33 clouds on the increase tonight. Tomorrow in morning clouds and otherwise increasing winds late, 54 your high. And then here's that 7-day forecast, folks. That windy conditions on Wednesday, and again, maybe a morning shower. Generally, though, we're going to be dealing with breezy conditions holding around through the end of the week. Highs mostly in the 50s, maybe near 60 on Friday. Then back into the 40s for the weekend, that weekend before Christmas. Things looking generally not too active. Maybe some snow showers Saturday. All in all, though, things looking fairly dry, fairly benign as we go through Christmas Day. We are seeing a pattern change, though, starting this weekend into Christmas week. We'll have to keep an eye on maybe some possibility of some snow in there, but we'll keep an eye on that as we go through the next couple of days.
You never know when you'll need an extra French dip in Swiss. It could get lost in the car or eaten by a confused stranger. Stuff happens to sandwiches. That's why Arby's made you 2 French dip and Swiss sandwiches for just $6. For only $6, you'll always have a spare French dip and Swiss until you eat it. You'll never have to be afraid. Arby's, we have the meats.
Things are getting wild over at Paul Reed Construction and Supply. Now through October 15th, take 10% off all Wild Gear and Grizzly products. Come visit us today at our showroom on 10th Street in Gering. Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes high-performance lubricants and fuel improvers. We've been helping customers improve their operations for over 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and cut out the middleman and offer excellent service and value. Our products last longer and work better so that you spend less time maintaining equipment and more time making money. Whether you're in a factory, farm, fleet, or food processing facility, Hydrotex can help you. Visit hydrotexoil.com or call 308-635-8162.
The leaves are turning and the temperatures are cooling, so it's time to come harvest the deals at the Viera Wireless Fall Savings Sale. Right now, get your family high-speed, truly unlimited mobile data for just $35 per line with 4 lines. Prices have never been lower for unlimited data. Plus, trade in your current phone and get up to $500 off the latest iPhone and Samsung models. Those are incredible savings on the most popular and advanced smartphones. Don't miss out on our Fall Savings Sale. Hurry into Viera today.
Welcome back. Investigators have yet to determine the cause of a structure fire early Sunday morning in Scottsbluff that drew significant fire response. Crews were called to 801 Ferdinand Plaza and found flames on the first floor. Scottsbluff Fire Captain Justin Houston says firefighters had the blaze under control and cleared the scene around 4:30 a.m. While the flames were contained to primarily one office and a hallway, he described the damage as significant, with water and smoke damage to the first floor and heavy smoke damage on the second floor. No one was in the building at the time that firefighters arrived. Well, there's a new business in Scottsbluff, but the owners have been arrested for allegedly selling controlled substances out of it. Heather and Drayson Begwin are co-owners of KB Natural Alternatives, and Scottsbluff Police learned that one of their items they sell is cannabidiol. That's a Schedule I narcotic. Earlier this month, police contacted the owners and said that they would be charged if they sold the product. And on Friday, an officer made a controlled buy of the CBD, and once the transaction was completed, both were arrested for distribution and possession of a controlled substance and were booked into the Scottsbluff County Detention Center. And Nebraska's largest utility will keep electricity rates flat overall for next year. Nebraska Public Power District's board approved the 2019 rates on Thursday last week. Utility President Pat Pope says NPPD can keep rates stable because employees have been working to reduce costs. Next year will be the 6th year in a row of stable rates for NPPD's retail customers, and they say that 2019 will be the 2nd year of stable rates for its wholesale customers. Well, straight ahead, a busy weekend for both the Scottsbluff girls and boys basketball teams. Chris Cottrell has all the highlights in sports right after this.
Across the state, every eye and ear is focused on one stadium where the sea of red is man-made. A place where every Saturday is a stage for our team, for our resolve, and for our values.
It's toughness, it's dedication, it's work ethic. That's what Nebraska is.
This is Husker Nation.
Anyone who calls it a hobby doesn't understand. We know that a person's passion is what drives them. And that's why every memorial we create is a true reflection of the individual. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other. Find out how at dignitynebraska.com.
Now, sports from the Western Hearing Clinic Sports Desk. Western Hearing Clinic, the Panhandle's choice for better hearing, helping you hear what matters most.
A Monday check of sports here at KNEB.TV brings plenty of highlights from the hardwood. We had a girls and boys doubleheader on Saturday for you here on KNEB.TV as Scottsbluff played their home openers against Casper-Natrona County. Late afternoon start for the girls game, and after falling behind the Phillies early 7-2, the Lady Cats erupt for a big first quarter, helped along by a pair of early three-pointers from junior Aubrey Krentz. She finished with 16 points. Scottsbluff led 24-14 after that opening quarter. Second quarter action now, and they'd extend that lead. Leading scorer Yada Garcia gets into double figures already here with this baseline drive, tough angle, and the nice finish. She led the way for Scottsbluff once again with 18 points. Cats poured it on with 42 points in the first half, and they led by 17 as the teams headed to the locker room. Start of the third quarter, and they leave no doubt as to the outcome of this one. Starting the second half with an 8-0 run. They just went ahead and put things away early in the half. Also solid games for Mackenzie Dunkel and Callie Wright. Each had 7 points in the victory. The Lady Cats turned their 0-3 trip to Gillette into a positive and come back strong this past weekend with this victory, and they beat Chadron on Friday night by double figures. The Scottsbluff boys also beat Chadron on Friday to snap a 4-game losing streak, trying to make it a 2-0 weekend, playing in front of the home folks for the first time this season. A scoring explosion for the Bearcats as they blew out the Mustangs here today in this one, 100-69. Connor McCracken had a bit of a banged-up knee leaving Gillette, but after scoring 26 against Chadron, he just turned into a high-flying rim attacker in this one with not one, not two, try on 3 big thunderous dunks as the Cats' leading scorer finished with 13 points in the win. Josiah Diolos, also part of the team's fast start as he's rounding into form. The barrel-chested junior point guard able to get to the rim with ease in the opening quarter. He scored 10 of the team's 24 points in that opening stanza. Diolos finished with a game-high 23. Now, Sebastian Harsh, he's known as a tough guy regardless of sport, but on this night, he turned into a long-range marksman. He nailed 4 3-point field goals, including one where he grabbed a rebound, handled it up the floor, and just stepped into a long-range bomb. He won't be confused for Drew Cookshausen, but on a night where they scored 100, Harsh lighting it up from long range was among the major highlights and discussion points, I'm sure, in the locker room afterwards. Sebastian Harsh comes up big from downtown. When all was said and done, the Cats scored 20 or more in all 4 quarters, and they post their best offensive night of the season by far in improving to 4-4 here this year. We'll have KNEB.TV and radio coverage for their girls and boys games at Alliance on Thursday, and then back home again on Friday against Cheyenne South. And we'll close it up with Husker volleyball. Obviously a crushing 5-game loss to Stanford in the national title match on Saturday night. Head coach John Cook had to work 8 new players onto the roster and then build to this type of finish. Pretty amazing, really, all things considered. The one constant was always Michaela Fecky, though. She finished with 27 kills and 71 swings and finishes her career as an all-time Husker legend.
Yeah, looking at the season overall, I made bonds with girls that at the beginning of the season I definitely wouldn't have thought that I would have been as close with them as I was, and that's why I think losing is so difficult right now, is because I love them so much and want them to be so successful. And I think that overall, yeah, this season was a success because we learned so much from each other, from the coaches, and we made bonds that'll last a lifetime and memories that we'll cherish forever.
A 2-time Final Four MVP, and she helped lead the program to 4 consecutive Final Four appearances. Just not enough to beat a great Stanford team over the weekend. That's the latest today from right here at the Western Hearing Clinic Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell. Ryan's back to check that community calendar right after this here on KNEB.TV.
Winter weather brings winter clothing to compliments for you and your home. Start with women's fashion from FDJ, Renoir, Montana Company, and many more. We have beautiful and original ladies' fashions that appeal to women of all ages and sizes. Also, remember to complement your outfit with a bag from Melly Bianco. Finally, get your home ready for the holiday season with decor that brings joy to your life. Compliments for you and your home. Open Thursday evenings and Sunday afternoons now through Christmas.
It's a friendly town, that's for sure. Not too big, not too small. Seems like everybody knows your name.
We stick together through thick and thin. That's the way it's always been. 'Cause where we live is still our claim to fame. We love this town, this grand old town. There's not another town like this around. We got it all right here in our own backyard.
let's take a peek at what's happening on your community calendar today. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
The kids need to run off some energy after school or too cold to play outside? Bring them to Planet Bounce at the Monument Mall. With many bounce houses, a concession stand, and the largest redemption arcade around, Planet Bounce has hours of fun. Call today to schedule your birthday party, or ask Ron about renting a bounce house for your party, office party, or corporate event. Open Wednesday through Sunday, Planet Bounce Family Fun Center at the Monument Mall.
The growth and prosperity of our community is dependent on the reinvestment of local dollars into our local economy. When you open a high-interest savings account at Platte Valley Bank, we turn around and loan your money back to our community for new construction, business expansion, home loans, in backing agriculture, and much more. Come save with us at Platte Valley Bank and know that you are doing business with a local bank with local decisions that reinvests your money here in our community.
And finally tonight, the Scottsbluff Police Department is investigating for whomever is responsible for an overnight crime spree. Captain Tony Straub says this morning they received at least 8 reports of derogatory words and images found written on cards parked on 4th Avenue and 25th Street. The suspect or suspects used card chalk on vehicles' windows and windshields, and Captain Straub says that crimes continue to be investigated. Anyone with information about the person or persons responsible are asked to call the Communications Center at 308-632-7176 or can remain anonymous by calling Crime Stoppers at 632-STOP. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you here next time.